Hello, 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 everyone. It is Teresa from Teresa's Spot for Art. Welcome to day 7, 1 week in. Day 7 of 31 days of Halloween. Hello, everyone. How are you doing tonight? I am Teresa, and I love helping you create a little joy in your life through some fun, simple, and quick art projects. And tonight does not involve painting. No. It involves these gorgeous transfers. Do you see these gorgeous transfers on here? These transfers are from Essential Stencil. There's a QR code if we wanted to watch the video, because you get that on your transfers when you order these from Essential Stencil. And I am going to open and show you what we're going to start with and what we're going to do tonight. I love these rub-on transfers. Essential Stencil is not the only place that has them. You can get them elsewhere. This comes in 2 full sheets. So they're 12 by 18. I pulled out one, and here's the other. And I'm trying to decide if I want to use this guy or maybe I might use this guy. I'm going to pull them both out. I'm going to size them up because I'm going to show you what we're doing. We're putting these on. Sorry for the noise. It's not like a soap opera where you just take the beautiful lid off the box. Soap operas, who remembers? We're doing these on this gold dollar and a quarter tree charger. So let me turn you guys around. Maybe I'll use this one and put it in the middle. I like that guy. What do you think? And it'll go right down here in the middle. That's what I'm going to do. All right. So I'm going to cut this out. And when I cut it out, I'm going to grab a couple of these leaves as well. Okay? And I'm going to put these aside. If you love these and you love Essential Stencil, or you want to try Essential Stencil, because I love them, use code STENCILSPOT for 10% off. Because I pulled out a few of these tags. I have double of, and I pulled out these because I'm going to put a stencil on here as well after I do the rub-on transfer. Okay? So again, it is STENCILSPOT. First thing I'm going to do, I have some regular rubbing alcohol, a clean paper towel, and I'm going to clean this plate so it doesn't have any grime, fingerprints, greasy, dust, whatever on it. All right, I'm going to close this up, and we're going to let it dry, or I can just go like this. Oh, that's weird, huh? Does that make you dizzy? Okay, this is the transfer. These transfers come with this tool. It's a burnisher, so you can get it down really well onto your surface. But I also like to use sometimes a credit card or a gift card, or these popsicles. I have a big one, the tongue depressor size, and then the smaller one. All right. These really vibrant, colorful ones from Essential Stencil. Okay. So I think we're going to put this guy right here in the middle. Okay. So I'm going to just take this apart, and I'm going to fold. Let me start from the bottom. I'm going to fold back a little bit of the sheet that it's on. I'm not going to pull it completely off. I'm just going to fold it back like that. Okay? Need to take off my glasses for this. Then I'm going to line it up. I'm eyeballing it. You guys know I eyeball everything. And I'm going to stick this part down. Okay? Give it a little bit of rub with my finger. The heat from my finger helps the transfer stick. Okay? And now I'm going to pull this up. I'm holding on to it. No, I'm not. I was supposed to hold on to it, and now I'm going to push it out from the center, working out all the bubbles. There would have been less bubbles if I had been able to hold on to it, but I wasn't. However, it's okay. It landed on there in a good spot. I'm not concerned. I should have had a little piece of tape or something to grab onto it. And now I'm just going to work my way bit by bit and get it onto my surface. You'll know when it's onto your surface because you will see this top covering start to become a little bit cloudy as the transfer pulls away from the design. If you need to, I like to use the popsicle stick. And let me see, let me pick it up a little bit. And look how cool. Look, 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 look. It's working. Okay. So you can see when the transfer starts to adhere, you can see the difference. Let me show you guys. See how cloudy this is? And can you see the very tip of the kitty cat's ear? That's cloudy, but this is black and darker. You can see when the transfer starts to pull away, this top sheet will get cloudy. And I'm using my finger and I'm just pressing in here, going around all the edges. Now, depending on the surface and depending on how much tooth your surface has, and when I say tooth, I mean how much grab it has to it. This is very shiny. It doesn't have as much tooth as, let's say, a wood surface or a canvas surface would. But that's okay. It's going to stick nonetheless. I've done this before, you guys, so I wouldn't come. There's only one time I came on and did something that I never did before, and that was painting lemons, and they actually worked out. So I know this is going to stick, and I know this is going to work. I just know it takes a while. Anyway, see how nice now this is coming up? Get a little. And this is a pretty cool. I picked this charger plate for the gold because I have a bunch of them downstairs in my stash. We all have a stash. And so he matches really cool. And there he is. But that is not all. Okay? Wait, there's more. So that leaf belonged to him. And I have a few more leaves here. And we're just going to spread them about randomly. Put this one down here. And start pressing it in. We give a little lift. And voila. Easy peasy. I'm just tossing this stuff on the floor. Don't worry. The crew will come in and clean up after. So now I have this one. Put this one out here. I don't want to put them too high because I have a stencil that I want to add to this. These can also overlap one another. I've done a glass where they've overlapped one another. Actually, it's part of the 31 Days of Halloween, so you'll be seeing that one come up. I'm going to be fancy with this one and put it on the edge. So you can see that it works, even though this plate has this lip to it. Let me use the stick. I can come right in here with the round stick. I'm using my thumb and my pointer to hold on to it, applying a little bit of pressure. And there it goes right in there in the groove. And then last but not least, this is a fun green one up here. I'll put this one down here. Okay, and get that on. Aren't these awesome? So you don't even have to be able to paint. These are gorgeous just by themselves. So there we go. I'm gonna just use my finger. My finger's a little warm, and I'm just gonna make sure that there's no bubbles and that all the edges are down, and they are. Okay. Put my stuff over here. Move my scissors, and now I'm gonna get a stencil. And these are from Essential Stencil. This is a 6-pack. This is an older Halloween one. Pumpkins, we don't want pumpkins. Raven's too big. The hat's too big. Pumpkin maybe. Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus. That might look cute. What do you think? Maybe I can do the Hocus Pocus up here or off to the side over here. That would work. I won't do the broom, obviously, because the broom will go right over our cat. We can skip the broom, but we can do the rest of it. So maybe I'll do the Hocus Pocus. Or then Again, if you want to order from Essential Stencil, they just had the pre-sale started today for not that one, for Christmas. And you can use STENCILSPOT to, I think I'm going to use this one. What do you think? Home Sweet Haunting? No, Happy Haunting. There we go. You can use STENCILSPOT to save 10%. So I'm going to tape this down. And also, I only want to use Happy Haunting, so I'm going to cover up the October 31st. So let me get another piece of tape. And yes, I reuse my tape, you guys. When you're just using the tape for stuff like this, you can reuse it. Why not, right? Okay. And I think I'm going to put another little piece of tape over here so I don't have to worry about being careful and going off my stencil. It'll hold my stencil down and it'll avoid me getting paint over there on my plate where I don't want it. Okay. I'm also going to reuse this makeup sponge that I've used before. I'm going to get my scissors. I'm going to cut off this end that already was used for something else. Toss it. And now we're going to get stenciling. I have out some black chalk paint. I like chalk paint for stenciling. It is very thick. Let me see, is that straight? Yeah, that's straight. It's thicker, and I like the way it adheres. So, and I put a little piece, we cut this now, of press and seal inside the lids of my chalk paint. For some reason, chalk paint bottles get all yucky. So what I do is, and this is part of my deal. I will put this on here. I will put this on here. And so when I put my chalk paint away, the rim does not get all crapped up. But more importantly, let me show you what I do now. I will take this off, put it here, or put it down, and that's pretty much all the paint I use. I put my makeup sponge in there. Then I'm going to dab it off because the trick to stenciling is less paint. It is always less paint. If you're having bleeds, it's because you used way too much paint. You want to do very light coats. That's my first coat. It has barely any coverage to it. Okay, I'm pouncing it off. And then I'm going to come back. I'm holding it down with my finger. And I'm doing a second light coat. Sometimes it takes 3 or 4 coats, but you want to continuously put in light coats on top of one another. Usually when people have bleeding, it's because either 2 things. The paint was way too thin, a very inexpensive craft paint that was way too thin, or they just had way too much paint to begin with. I have never done a stenciling project where I have only done 1 coat of stencil. 2 or at least 3 coats of stencil, always. I think that's good. So before I lift the whole thing up, I'm just going to pull up this one piece of tape here, and I'm just going to give it a lift to see. And there we go. Look how cool that is. So these wash up really good. I'm going to wash it when we get done. There's more leaves and other kitty cats on here. 2 full sheets. I can put leaves around the whole thing up in here. Maybe I will add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 more leaves up there. I think that would be a good idea. Let me get my scissors. Then I'm going to put this one here. Get it nice and stuck down. Okay. Put this one up in here. You pretty much have one shot. Once these are stuck down, they're stuck down. That's why when I'm using the big one, and I showed you, if you missed it and you go back and watch the replay, I use the hinge method when I'm using a big element like I did with the cat on the books. Because once it's down, and you don't have a second shot at it. There we go. All right. Put these over here. And I'm going to take my my pouncer here. I'm going to get out a little bit of black paint. This time I'm just going to use regular acrylic paint for this. You don't need that much. This is a scruffy brush. It's a pouncer. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to pounce it into my paint. I'm going to pounce some off just like you would do with the makeup brush for stenciling. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to pounce a little bit of darkness around the outside of the plate. Not too much. I'm just going back and forth and I'm just doing the outside rim. Just bringing a little bit more color, toning down the gold a little bit, and adding a little bit more interest to it. I can get a bow or twine and hot glue that up to the top up here or on the bottom. Now, obviously, we're not going to use this to eat off of, but we can use it for to stand up on our mantle. We can use it for a centerpiece. Whatever you want. I like that it's gold underneath. Gold is really cool. I can add other colors to it. If I wanted to bring out the orange in the rub-on, I could by adding a little bit of orange into this black. So I hope you guys liked day 7. If you're watching on the replay, you can put #replay. You can put you can grab the free supply list up there. I'm going to turn you guys around. And isn't that cool? Simple, easy little project. Not really any painting involved. We just pounced around the outside. We use these awesome rub-on transfers from Essential Stencil. You can use STENCILSPOT to get 10% off. And thank you.